This story began with something as simple as a knock on the door. Raphael heard knocking, but when he opened the door, no one was there. A few days after that mysterious knock, very strange things started happening inside his house. Until one night, the terror manifested itself in the most direct way possible.
Is someone there? Was it you, Branka? Are you there? Hey. Elda. Alexa, turn on the bathroom light, Alexa.
Everything okay?
I can't say. Oh. Who's there? Hey?
A dark shadow appears in the kitchen and quickly crosses the doorway until it disappears. Raphael, with great courage, goes in to investigate. He doesn't find anyone, but suddenly a kitchen utensil falls to the floor by itself. Is this a real ghost caught on camera or a very well-made hoax? The decision is yours. The YouTube user, Theothlaskin, says he has been working late in his studio. Finally, he's ready to go home at 2 in the morning. However, he claims that during the last few nights, he has also been hearing incredibly creepy noises in the studio, like loud footsteps. He's also been noticing things out of the corner of his eye. Theothlaskin says that minutes before making this video, he went to the bathroom and thinks someone or something grabbed his shoulder, but he's not willing to go home without answers. So he takes out his phone to try to catch whoever or whatever it is. When he enters the bathroom, he doesn't find anything and finally leaves. But look at what happens as he walks down the hallway. At that moment, the author didn't seem to notice. If you look closely, you can see someone or something peeking out to watch the man as he records, but it quickly hides its head behind the corner. Shortly after, the video ends, but it's clear that someone is in the studio and has been lurking for at least several days. On September 6, 2025, a woman's photograph started drawing everyone's attention. The picture was taken during a trip to Mexico that she took with some friends during her stay. The group of 4 people used a disposable camera to capture the moments they spent together. A few days after returning home, the woman went to pick up the developed photos. As she looked through them, one photo made her stop. Something in the picture taken in the hotel room defied all logic. Look closely. In the picture, we see 3 women smiling at the camera, but look behind the 2 who are in the back. Right where there was probably a mirror, You can see the silhouette of what appears to be a person. If we brighten the image, another woman also appears out of nowhere. It can be confirmed that there were only 4 people on the trip, thanks to another photograph, the 4 friends who shared this trip. The woman who took the problematic photo did it from the bed, so it's normal that she doesn't appear in the mirror. What is truly unsettling is that, as they confirm, no one has any idea who that strange woman with a slight smile in the reflection is. And you, what do you notice? One morning, a woman named Carrie woke up to a notification on her phone. Her security camera had detected movement in the living room during the early morning hours. Since she has a dog and a cat, she thought it must have been them. But when she checked the recording, what she saw left her completely baffled. Around 3:45 in the morning, Carrie's camera captured a shadow with a clearly human silhouette. It was standing next to the kitchen island. After a few seconds, it slowly slid to the right until it left the frame. However, what makes this video even more chilling is the behavior of the animals. Both the dog and the cat stared intently at that shadow. Strangely, they didn't seem scared, but rather curious, as if they were trying to understand what it was. Carrie says she lives alone and has no explanation for what her camera recorded that night. A young Indonesian woman named Anis uploaded this image to social media. She was with 2 of her friends, taking some photos to remember the moment. At that moment, everything seemed completely normal, until later when they looked at the pictures, they noticed a very terrifying detail. Right behind the girls, hidden in the darkness, among the trees and plants, you can see a ghostly, pale and colorless apparition. The young women say they saw no one else with them when they took the picture. Anis explained that she was near her old school, next to which there is a ruined house, although they have never heard any rumors that the abandoned house was haunted. She is convinced that if what appears in the photo is a spirit, it must definitely have some connection to that place. The following recording was made in a hospital. The person who shared the video, whom we will call Kanda, works as a nurse in this same place. She says that one day in November of the year 2024, one of her co-workers showed her a rather strange video. According to what she explained that day, while she was using one of the hospital's elevators, the door started to malfunction, refusing to close. Her coworker, puzzled by the elevator's behavior, decided to record everything with her phone so she could report it to her superiors. She only realized something that left her frozen after reviewing the video. Kanda, with her coworker's permission, decided to upload the video to her social media, and this is what she recorded. As if something or someone was blocking it. The elevator tries to close its doors over and over again, but it's toward the end of the video when something else was captured. Look at the hallway in the back. A figure seems to peek out to watch. You can make out what looks like a face with pale skin, dark hair, and eyes. During all this time, the nurse who was recording was completely alone and hadn't noticed that presence. After she showed the video to her supervisor, they checked the hospital's security cameras. However, the recordings from that area only showed her. There was no one else. The inexplicable elevator malfunction And that woman who appeared in the hallway, what do you think really happened? People buy dolls to decorate or simply to play, but sometimes it's the dolls that want to play with humans. In this terrifying story, a doll seems to be playing with its owner's mind. He says that for the past few months, very strange things have been happening to him with that doll. He lives alone, but he has noticed that even though he always leaves it in its place, it inexplicably appears somewhere else in the house. Also, he always has the feeling that the doll is staring at him. No one really believed him until one night he felt a strange movement again. Then he took out his phone and recorded the ultimate proof.
Is he watching me, or is it just my imagination? Or is it my imagination? Oh, friends. I don't know if it's my imagination. Oh, damn, son of a bitch, no way, no why. Oh, damn, your mother. Oh, friends, hold me, hold me, hold me, hold me. Oh, God, 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 my God, my God, wait for me, wait for me. Oh, God, 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 holy God, oh, holy God.
The doll is motionless at first, but then suddenly turns its body and head toward the camera, as if wanting to say something. The man claims that he didn't manipulate the video in any way, and the panic you hear in his voice seems to confirm that his fear was completely real. Now put yourself in his place for a moment. If something like that happened to you, would you have the courage to record it, or would you run away to save your life? Gorilla Hotatilla posted a video on YouTube on November 8, 2023, and in it, he ventured into an old, creepy, abandoned building to do some graffiti and record it. For most of the video, we see how the creator makes his way through the area to find some blank spots to paint. However, things take a drastic turn for the worse around the 3-minute mark. Out of nowhere, you can see a creepy person running from the roof of a building before suddenly jumping toward the creator of the video. From here on, the rest of the video turns into a frantic chase. Fortunately, the clip ends with the creator managing to escape safely. However, this leaves us with several chilling questions. Who was this mysterious pursuer, and what did he plan to do if he had caught him? It's unsettling to think about, especially since the figure seems to appear out of nowhere on the rooftop, which suggests he might have been watching him for some time. What you're seeing now is a strange video recorded by a home's security camera in August of 2025. The person who sent this video lost his beloved grandmother. For his daughter, she was her great-grandmother, an irreplaceable figure whom she loved to visit at the nursing home where she lived. The morning after her passing, something strange happened in the house. It was before dawn, and our protagonist's husband had gotten up early to take the dog out. Suddenly, his daughter, who would normally be sleeping at that hour, woke up and insisted on playing in the living room. While the girl was playing, her father continued doing his chores. At the moment he opened the back door to let the dog out, The security camera was activated. What it recorded was the image of the little girl playing alone in the living room, or at least that's what it seemed. The security camera had recorded the girl talking to someone in an empty room. She said the name was her great-grandmother's, who had just passed away. Right after she says her name, you can hear a strange voice. It was an indescribable sound, like a laugh and sob combined.
My husband came in right after the clip cut off because he heard her talking to someone after she finished helping the dog. He asked, "Hey, who are you talking to?" She says, "I'm talking to Grandma Eckersley." He replies, "What did she say?" And she just says she said she loves me. So
the family tells what happened after this event. The girl started saying things like, "Grandma is here," or "She loves me a lot." She had never said anything like that before, and they are completely convinced that the spirit of the grandmother came to say goodbye to her great-granddaughter. But I want to know, what do you think about it? This event in Taiwan is both strange and terrifying. The security camera at a barbershop shows a completely normal scene. At first, the barber is busy with his clients, but suddenly, one of the men who was waiting starts to act. In a very inexplicable way, he starts to see something that no one else in the room can perceive. A look of surprise and confusion appears on his face, and he tries to push away that invisible thing. But little by little, panic takes over him. The barber tries to calm him down, thinking that maybe he's having an attack or a seizure, but in the end, the man falls to the floor and starts writhing violently. No one could really understand what was happening. Some say it was a medical emergency, while others are convinced that he saw a demonic entity or even the angel of death himself. This video covers the unexplainable event that occurred to a little girl in February 2021. Joshua's daughter, the author of the video, was alone in her bedroom. It was almost midnight when the girl, who was supposed to be sleeping, suddenly started to cry. In the 2 minutes between her crying and her mother's arrival, the room's security camera captured a terrifying phenomenon. As if something was guiding her, the girl crawls and goes under the bed. Even though she cries and calls for her mother, her body seems to move against her will, as if she were possessed. Shortly after, Joshua's wife arrived and took her out of there, and the situation finally seemed to calm down. But the next day, in broad daylight, the camera recorded another inexplicable event. As soon as the girl enters the room, a strange voice can be heard. Immediately after, the little girl drops the paper she was holding and obediently crawls back under the bed. The voice that was heard in the room seems to say something like, "Get under the bed." She acted as if she was following someone's orders. And, what's even stranger, while she was under the bed, the girl was shouting disturbing words. Joshua says that he looked under the bed, but there was absolutely nothing there. As a result of this incident, the couple, fearing for their daughter's safety, started sleeping with her. However, the girl's strange behavior still continued. The girl stared fixedly at a point in the void and responded as if she were seeing someone. Sometimes you can even hear a man's voice whispering near her. These paranormal phenomena continued for some time, but curiously, after about 4 months, everything stopped as suddenly as it had started. What or who was stalking this girl? What do you think it could have been? Reddit user Laundrix. One posted a video in the Ghost subreddit a little over a month ago, which shows that not even broad daylight guarantees the safety of your own home. The author explains that the footage comes from his mother's Ring camera. At first, it looks like a normal clip. She's putting the leash on the family dog before going out for a walk. Nothing unusual until you pay attention to the hallway. If you look closely, you can see a shadow-like figure moving through the hallway in the background. What makes this so unsettling is that his mother doesn't notice at all, even though the figure passes right behind her. On one hand, the shadows in Ring recordings can sometimes be explained by lighting tricks or cars casting reflections through the windows. But here, the hallway doesn't seem to have any visible light source that could produce such a clear walking movement. The shadow's stride also seems intentional, like a figure moving with a purpose. It's easy to imagine how chilling it must have been for her to watch the footage again and realize that something uninvited might have been there all that time. In June 2025, a man named Macho Brandon Sanchez posted a video on his TikTok that will surely make you afraid of funeral homes if you weren't already. In the first video, Macho explains that they've been hearing strange noises in the funeral home, even though it's completely empty. He keeps insisting nothing's there as he records, but at 14 seconds, something happens that contradicts him.
Look, we've been hearing noises here in this area for a while now. If we look well, it's empty and we think there might be something here because things start moving kind of weird. Look how it's moving. Look. Look how it's moving. There's nothing. My partner is here, but well, if you look, we're alone.
Suddenly, a door opens by itself, even though there's no one inside. It's a disturbing sight, and Macho's comment makes it clear that he's genuinely nervous. Was this the spirit of a deceased person trying to break free? Or could it have been something simple like air pressure or bad hinges? Soon after, he posted another video of himself in the same funeral home. This time his tone is even more frantic. He talks about hearing more noises, mentions something that seems burned, and repeats that he is completely alone before screaming in shock. As chaos erupts,
Alright, which damn one? You can tell there's nothing. I'm alone. I'm all alone. I'm completely alone. Ah, damn it. No way. Ah, damn it.
furniture and objects fall on their own. Macho yells and curses, unsure what to do except record. Some skeptics on the internet suggest drafts, strings, or even that everything was staged, but his reaction's intensity feels very real. And if all this is true, what kind of energy is powerful enough to throw furniture through the air inside a funeral home? On TikTok, a woman named Ashley Lynn posted a video explaining why she's starting to believe that her bedroom might be haunted. Ashley says that she has a camera installed in the room for security reasons. And one day, while she was recording a TikTok downstairs, she suddenly heard a noise. At first, she assumed it was just her pet, Coco, but when she heard the same sound again a moment later, her suspicion. The security cameras show how the bedroom closet closes completely, scaring Coco in the process. Then just a few moments later, it opens and closes by itself once again. Ashley admits he has no idea what caused that, and he makes it clear in his video that he was so disturbed by the experience that he considered moving out immediately. The clip was first posted in April, so we'll hope that by now he's moved out and doesn't have to deal with whatever that was anymore. What's especially unsettling here is the timing of when it happens. If it were simply air pressure or a draft, you'd expect the door to move once, not repeatedly. On the other hand, skeptics might argue that a hidden string or even a loose latch could have produced the same effect. Still, Coco's visibly alarmed reaction heightens the video's unsettling feeling. For this next entry, we're going to watch a handful of videos in a sort of compilation. The first clip was recorded by a home security camera in the middle of the night. Pay close attention to the cat. As soon as the cat enters the frame, you can see a strange shadowy figure right behind it, almost as if it were closely following the animal. The second video was posted by a woman on TikTok named Tammy G. It shows another recording from a security camera. Look at the corner of the screen, right when the video starts. If you looked closely, you can make out what appears to be a faint, ghostly figure wandering inside her house. The next clip is even creepier. Tammy had set up a camera in her bedroom while she slept, probably because of all the strange activity she had already been experiencing. And sure enough, but that's not all. 2 more videos he posted show even more disturbing things moving on their own inside his house. These videos strongly suggest something strange is happening in Tammy's house. Of course, skeptics might argue that shadows, reflections, or even clever editing could explain some of these moments. Even so, the consistency across multiple clips, especially with the cat's reaction in the first one, makes it hard to dismiss it completely. Chris from the YouTube channel Erde's Hill is back for another exploration, this time venturing into the Rockefeller Hotel in Cleveland, Ohio. Built in 1905, this place has long been considered a historic landmark, but today it's only a shadow of what it once was. Decadent, unsettling, and as Chris would soon discover, downright dangerous. For the first 30 minutes, everything seems pretty routine. Chris carefully makes his way through the building, showing the peeling walls and empty rooms. But then things start to escalate. When Chris approaches a door, he suddenly hears a strange noise echoing down the hallway.
William H. Smith and his husband.
Minutes later, the situation becomes much more unsettling. Chris photographs what looks like a woman inside the building. Even though the hotel should be completely empty, he still goes on. But soon, the strange noises become louder and harder to ignore.
I wish I could see.
You can hear muffled voices as if people are talking, even arguing somewhere above him. And then things take a terrifying turn. Gunshots, not just one, but several, echoing in the distance, while the voices keep arguing and shouting. Chris's breathing grows heavier as panic takes hold of him. It becomes clear he may be caught in something far more dangerous than a haunted hotel. The video ends with Chris barely finding his way out of the building. This encounter feels less like a typical paranormal investigation and more like a brush with real-life danger. Thank you for watching the video up to this point. Only the brave make it this far. Leave a like, subscribe, and turn on the notification bell for more horror. Have some good nightmares.